Yo, check out the message, my expression is perfected. Yo, check out the message, my expression is perfected.
Yo, welcome to the Perfected Expression Podcast, where we express ourselves with perfection. The episode 2, we're going to be talking about the gift and the curse of social media, and just how it changed everything, man, from sports, entertainment in general, just how it just changed the world, man. So I got the guys with me to go in on the subject, man, and we're going to start it off with my boy, New.
It is New, a.k.a. Ted DiBiase, man. You can follow me on Instagram, New100, Facebook, Ted DiBiase, man. Nigga, I ain't just
follow that boy.
Fucking with this podcast type shit, man.
You know, follow that boy, man. Stay in tune with whatever he got going on. Follow his page. Got the cameraman back there doing his thing, man. Mr. Smurfzilla, man.
You know, Smurf Z is who I be like. Share and follow me. You can find me on the book, you know what I'm saying? That's at capital D, A, Throne Room. You know, check in with that and go ahead and check in with the photosynthesis. You gotta misspell it in order to get it right.
And me, I'm Zeazo swag. Found me behind tent, but follow me nowhere. Might get shot.
Man, you heard it, man. Don't follow that man. Alright, man. So, shit, going to, you know, speaking of following, man, you know, follows, likes, views, you know what I mean? We come in the era of everybody want to go viral, man. So it's like we come in that era of you being able to promote yourself and make yourself a star. So, you know, shit, for me with music, we all artists. You know, like Soulja Boy. I remember talking to somebody a while back. They was talking about Soulja Boy and how he should get his credit and his flowers.
Yeah.
Because his influence on self-monetization and being able to just monetize and make yourself a star. You put yourself shit on YouTube, get enough views, get enough likes, and you got people, A&R's trying to get in touch with you now versus us trying to get our demos, you know, to Dr. Dre or whoever, you know what I mean? So, you know, it put everything in a rolling cycle when it comes to just music, you know, and networking. You know, how y'all feel about that, man?
I feel like,
what's your take on it, Lou?
I feel like shit. Soulja Boy really made this shit like TikTok, you know, that viral shit.
Yeah, he definitely influenced.
He don't want to put that platform out there.
And you really got your own career in your own hands, you know, whatever you want to do. So, you know, I know you guys, we all do music, you know, how you guys feel about the music aspect and just the positive things it did for you guys in particular, so, you know, in general.
I love it. No footwork required. I mean, I record a song, I go home, maybe I put it on Facebook, maybe I put it on SoundCloud, maybe I email it to somebody, but I don't gotta do nothing.
No, just share it. That's it.
Real talk, though.
Tag some people.
Yeah.
Or maybe not.
Maybe not.
You don't gotta do nothing. It's just so easy.
Like you said, man, get you a TikTok dance or something, or go viral on TikTok, or just in general, you know, everybody, you know, feel like they could just, you know, go viral and just, you know, go wherever now. So it's making a lot of people more confident in getting their shit off too. So
I like how the music game is, man, too. Cause I remember back in the game, you can print some CDs up, you feel me? Y'all should know about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can print some CDs up, walk downtown, side by side with Texas Relays, any event, or just a normal Saturday. You can tell the cat, hey man, I'm coming out, man. You know what I'm saying? Jam this here. A nigga gonna jive you and look at you and be like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna go jam, you know what I'm saying? And then you turn up, your shit on the motherfucking grind. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like the new, you know, platform.
Get the eyes and ears, those who actually want to hear and see.
And you ain't gotta waste money getting the blank CDs and the printer and the paper to get printed on the CDs. And now you ain't gotta waste that money no more.
Investing into yourself, wasting all that money for no outcome. And now, like I said, like you can just boom, put your shit on this platform, that platform.
Somebody gonna fuck with it.
Really monetize your audience, you know what I mean? And get it, like you said, to the people that wanna fuck with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, you know, like New was saying with just selling out your trunk, you know what I mean? And
flag.
back
also,
in that day, they was selling CDs out their trunk, passing them out.
Passing them out, man.
But with the selling CDs out the trunk, you can only associate with people on a certain level, you know what I'm saying, as far as meeting new people also. Because you got the aspect where you got dating is on a whole different level with this, reaching out with this social media and networking.
Right.
Dating.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you talking about that, man. Shit, that's a whole different aspect of it, too, because, shit, then you got the catfishing and shit, and, you know, it's just, like, it become like a avatar for a lot of people, man. I guess we can, you know, to me, I'm going to go straight into the cons of that, you know what I mean? Because, shit, like, to me, like me personally, I don't want to be one of them niggas that just be griping and just, you know, you just grinds my gears and all that. But like you able to make yourself whoever you want to be on social media, man. I think that's a scary fucking thing. You know what I mean?
It is.
And like it made people just like.
Cause you got people posing as different people.
The authenticity of everything.
They be acting like somebody, and the whole time they act like a female. The whole time it's a dude that's planning on kidnapping whoever finna come.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And this is shit, like you said,
man.
You don't know who you dealing with on there, man, because everybody gonna be who they want to be. You know, they not themselves, they're their avatars, and they just get to live vicariously through this fucking internet and these platforms. So I think right there is like the overexposure. You know what I mean? The flip side of that is, you know, being able to have the ability to, you know, reach that many people and have all these sites where you can flick. But like, I think that's damaging, man. Totally, man. Like, when it comes to dating specifically, I just think it gets out of control, man. Where like, nigga, get out the house and go, you know what I mean? Go find somebody authentically, cause you know you'll be able to really figure out who that person is.
But now it's considered weird to walk up to somebody at a grocery store and say, "Hello, how you doing? I want to meet you." It's kind of weird now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know you. I know you don't. That's why I'm here.
Yeah. Social media, you can argue it made it that way.
You take my friend request and not know me, but you won't say hi in public.
It made it to where it's weird to go up and have a conversation with a motherfucker. That's a bad thing.
I'm gonna tell y'all how bad social media is. How it's a motherfucker. You can be at the stoplight and the people that's on who you know, the motherfucker see at the stoplight, that's on who you know. You know what I'm saying?
That close.
And
they got people sitting. Matter of fact, speaking of stoplights, you be sitting at a stoplight, light turning green, only 2 cars get to go through because the first person up there is on their phone on social media.
That's why you got all these motherfucking car accidents going on right now in the city. Shit. You know, but like you said, man, it's just like overexposure. You know, it's a gift and it's a curse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you can keep up with your fam. You know, you can network your music. You know, you have all these abilities to be able to stream movies. You know what I mean? And instead of, you know, having to go out to the stores. You know what I mean?
But see, that takes money out the actors' pockets, though.
Streaming.
Because if you streaming it on the free social thing, you know, the little bootleg sites, that's taking money out their pockets. And it keeps box office away. If you streaming it on Disney Plus and stuff like that, that hurts their box office numbers. That's why Scarlett Johansson was mad.
Hey, but look though, what they don't know on her.
Now,
I'm pretty sure they know.
They do cut different deals, you know what I mean? Like, you get like, it's like a different, like with music streaming, you know what I mean? It's like when you, the music sells, you know what I mean? You can argue that with the same case you made with music, you know? Like when we used to have to go to Sam Goody or whatever to buy our CDs, now we got, you know, we got to click up a button, you know what I mean? It's right there in front of you, you know, to be able to just boom, you know, you got the access to be able to, you know, get the money, you know, going to like, you know, the point with the sales. The same point you made with the sales is the same thing with these record companies.
But you want to know what?
You know what I mean? They gonna be looking at it like, how do we switch it to where we can make the streaming lucrative?
Here you go. See,
there you go. So that's the point I'm trying to make right there. It's like when you got the ability to make it a different way of getting money for these companies. Cause like he said with the the people losing out on the box office. Now they got streaming points that rally up to equal off to what those box numbers would have took away. So I mean that could be a gift right there in the fact of all right, you know, we got people going to the movies, we're gonna get that money, and then we're gonna get the streaming money. So you know what I'm saying? It's a different racket, it's a different hustle, you know, when it comes to, you know, the music game and the box office game. You know what I'm saying? We talked about how it affected the box office and the entertainment and music and all that, but like even like from a family perspective, you know what I mean? Just being able to like reach loved ones that don't live in the same city that may have moved, and you know now you got FaceTime. You know what I mean? Yeah. Video calls. You know that was the game changer. Video calls. You know what I mean? That's like some 2040, 3,000. You know, we would have never thought it would, you know, come that far going back in like the 90s, like we could video call. So
that used to be something like exclusively for like the army.
You know
when they was overseas, they could video call their family members. You know, the army get everything first. So you know they had that Skype technology, that OVO technology first.
Yeah, like that, like you said, that technology was used like exclusively government. You know what I'm saying? Exclusive. There wasn't, you know, technology hadn't evolved enough to where they can get it to everybody. You know, type of shit. You know, that's how primitive we was. You know what I mean? In those days of technology. So boom, now you get to this point where, you know, you can video call a motherfucker. You can call a motherfucker from China and they can just pop up shit you see in the movies, you know what I'm saying?
And then so now, hurricane happened over there, everybody over there checking ain't safe. So you ain't gotta call or check up on nothing. Everybody just still safe.
Yeah, checking in. You know, you get it up there to keep them up. But the flip side of that, you know what I mean? It's always the flip side is it makes it to where you don't even want to check on your family no more because you feel like we feel like social media does the job for us. So a like means that I know how you doing. And I see you so much, what you doing, and we post our whole lives and shit most of the time to where like shit, I see you on social media. So, you know, now, you know, it takes away picking up the phone and calling or going to visit. You know,
8 hour drive gone now. Now you're not Klick.
Exactly.
I mean, that's a good thing. You ain't got to do the 8-hour drive no more.
It's a good thing.
But it's bad that you not finna do the 8-hour drive no more to see this person face to face. This might be the last time you get to hug this person.
It's a good thing for your cousin or something. Not for your grandma who you see if you came down to see your cousin. You know what I'm saying? She don't go on social media like you know.
Exactly. The people who don't, like you said, you got to know.
Everybody got social media.
You got a number of people you got a number of people who stubborn on that, man. Like my uncle don't fuck with social media at all. Like
my brother like that.
And he one of them people. Like it may be, you know, more people, you know, than not, but you got them people in there that's stuck in their ways. It's like mainly older people, you know. That's like, and shit, you got a lot of older people that's on there too. But like I said, going to the, you know, that small number, even if how small it is, you got them people that ain't even on there, that you can't even access on social media. So, you know, there you go right there. You know, you losing out on, you know, seeing people that you would have never seen, you know, instead of going out there and physically seeing that person. And actually, like you said, you know, this person may pass. The last time you get to see this person.
And then the influence of social media is just... The influence is retarded, man. Anybody can influence your kids. Like they had I don't know if y'all remember Momo. Like, come on now.
All type of shit like that. They had another shit like that with the Roblox or some shit. They had the little game where they was having all type of adult material sneaking up in that shit, and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, all them
head.
Yeah, they sneaking all that shit in these kids sites and these kids platforms. So like he said, you gotta watch what your kids is watching shit, cause shit, they could be talking to predators and shit like that. On motherfucking Minecraft and all this shit. My kids play these games too, and they constantly gotta monetize. You know, they gotta monitor. You know, and shit, social media with the kids and even picked up to a shit. They 9-year-olds and shit. they locked in.
They locked in.
Watch the news, though.
They on YouTube and know how to work that motherfucker more than adults.
Nah, fact.
Some of them, then getting money from it. Like YouTube stars, 10 years old. You know what I'm
so
saying?
much. So much shown on social media. You see everything. You see everything in time and raw. Like you see it right now. So kids on social media see it. They're like, oh man, they really having a war going on over there. Yeah. There's really a war going on. And not just seeing what we see on the news back when we were younger, which was this little 45-second clip of just some blurry stuff you couldn't even see because we were watching through the static here on TV. Now you got a high definition TV.
Nah, real talk though. They more like you said, they more aware of shit that we really wasn't. We had to sneak off and get this information that they got
real
in the palm of their hands.
They
You know what I'm
like to
saying?
see this stuff on the news.
You feel me? And then we use it to babysit the kids because we'll put the kids, you know what I'm saying? Get this phone, go in your room, so boom, I can do what I do, and I ain't gotta be bothered with you the whole time. They exposed to everything. You know what I'm saying? You know, shit. The internet is, internet is a crazy motherfucking place. You know what I mean? And full of everything. You know, all at once. So once you saturate that like that, man, and you just give everybody that exposure and that microscope, it fucks everything up.
But also being able to see all that news at one time is also a good thing too, because you're aware that it's actually happening. Some stuff happens that we wouldn't even think happened on TV, on the movies. No, it's happening in real life.
And one thing social media told me, this is a good thing social media told me. Now I know how serious this thing with Russia is. You know how close Russia is to the U.S.? We're used to seeing one part of the map, but the part of the map where Russia is the end and America is the other end, do you not know there's only like 80 miles separating us from Russia? Social media taught me that.
You know, real talk though, like you said, like like with the point you made with how it's doing with the kids and how it's giving them that knowledge that we didn't have. You know, and that could be a good thing too. You know,
yeah, we had encyclopedias, dictionaries, almanacs.
They exposed to, even from the calculator to everything. They can get the geographic calculator and the shit that, you know what I mean, where everything is just right there, where they got that information in the palm of their hands, whether, the information could be, that's where the gift and the curse comes in, that, the balance,
And then like with sports and stuff, we had to wait until Sports Center played to learn about what games was played, when they gonna play, what was the outcome, what happened during the game, the highlights, the stats. Now, social media put it right there in the palm of your hand.
Right there.
Yeah, that's
right there. All game timeline, everything.
Real talking. That's my speed. I'm a sports buff, sports junkie. So yeah, for me, like you said, with that's one of my biggest pros with this shit. You know what I mean?
And looking up the sports and whatever, for people with sports games who like playing sports, you no longer have to have somebody sitting next to you to play. You can get online, which is another form of social media.
Yeah.
You can get online. It ain't gotta be a sports game. It can be a shooting game.
Yeah, real talk, online gaming. That shit's.
And link up with them.
We didn't even have speaking going into gaming. That's a good point right there.
Yeah, we can go. Yeah, we can.
You have to play with your partner right there.
Next to him.
Right next to him.
On the court, right in front of the TV.
Split screen.
Then you playing with a nigga in China. You playing with this person, that person from all over the world. You know what I mean? And shit. You got friends with people way left that you never met. That's the thing now. People meeting people that they've been friends 10 years with a motherfucker in China, in a whole different state, and they just now meet them. They've been friends for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man.
We on that weed.
Yeah.
Now you can email, bro.
Now everybody get the opportunity to the online gaming, and that's standard now, you know what I mean? Where like niggas ain't even playing a game unless it's online, or, you know what I mean? You got the headset on, communicating with somebody else.
And them little kids be talking shit.
What? Hey, man, say, them kids on that boy is a motherfucker on the
motherfucker, man. Just how we got to that point where we, you know what I mean, playing the kids,
And the kids
just talking like goddamn.
I I remember when we were kids, I used to have to hop the gate to play the game with him. Same thing with him. You feel me? Had to hop the gate. He had to bring his controller. I had to bring my controller.
Yeah, shit, we can just play it.
Yeah, hey man, what's your ID number, man? Yeah. What's your tag number, man?
But then, like it's a flip side, on that, because niggas ain't going outside. So it's like,
kids don't want to go outside and play.
Yeah, so it's like it's always like a balance you gotta have, man. And like, I guess that's the moral of everything. It's like it's a gift and a curse to all of it, but you gotta have some form of balance. And when you lose that balance, then it just like it leans over to a pro or a con,
Too much of something is bad.
Yeah, man, and like with the game and this shit, you got people that don't want to go outside and do nothing, especially with the kids. I got kids, teenage kids and pre-teens that on these games. You got less athletes now, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like they don't want to do nothing. They don't feel like they have no responsibilities because it's boom, I'm trying to get on this game.
24/7.
24/7, boom, boom, boom. Like, yeah.
Dancing in the sky all day.
I don't want to live life no more. It keep people from living too, you know what I mean? So
don't want to take a bath, don't want to do nothing.
Don't want to bathe, that's
just want to be on
the
the
problem with
game.
these kids, man. Now I don't get it. I was just having a conversation with my girl about our kids. We having that same problem with that. Like they don't want to do nothing, man. I'm talking about it's straight to the game. It's straight. That's all they know.
You gotta monitor that. You gotta get them gaming times. You can play your game, but you can't play your games after you do everything you gotta do. They come home, that game ain't in that room.
Like you said, this is something.
Hey, back to like how we was young, bro. Come out of school, gotta do your homework, gotta do the chores. You gotta do all that before you play that game. That game was at the room. It came to the one point in time, my mama took the game in the TV. Cable box and everything, phone, all that, at the room.
Outside.
But social media is going outside now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I say. When going back to what I was saying with the avatar shit. It's like you don't want to live life. You want to create an avatar and live life on the internet.
Yeah.
Because you got a wider range to live.
That's where we're headed, right? To the metaverse. Heard that.
And that's not authentic, bro. That's artificial, bro. That's when we lose ourselves as a people, man. And
passing that weed.
That's when it becomes like you don't have that balance, man. I think if you don't have that balance, it leans more to the cons than it do the pros, in my opinion. Because, like you said, we got all these opportunities for the comics to just be comics and be entertainers and rappers. And you got the opportunity to make yourself a star. But the flip side to that is if you get too much into that, everybody feel like they're a star now.
Yep.
Everybody feel like they can get rich quick.
And the
so it
cyberbullying.
Yeah.
You got the cyberbullying. That's one of the biggest cons of social media. Cyberbullying.
Now, real talk about shit. Suicide rate went up and shit like they got all these kids and just shit on in my job. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna say names and all that, but shit, they just lost a young kid, due to suicide. Jump off a building, kill himself. Young niggas, 17, 18, shout out to him, rest up. But boom, you know what I mean? It's like, who knows what the possibility of that was. I'm not saying it was cyberbullying, but shit, we just get so in tune with social media that shit, that we really ain't living. And our parents don't know what's going on. Nobody really knows what's going on. It keeps us in a point to where like we're more tuned to be introverted and isolated away from society. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you're not living life, you're not being authentic. Like you said, we in a multiverse, like that's horrible. Metaverse, whatever is you're not living. You're living through artificial intelligence, artificial devices, whatever. So that makes people more comfortable to people like him. We're gonna go into cyberbullying. To be introverted, to not fuck with nobody, to bottle all their shit up and be who they want to be on social medias to the point to when they go out and talk, they socially awkward. Nobody gets them. They can't reach an identity point because they live in two different lives. You know, they live in the avatar and then they live in them. But just like with anything, when you making something, like when we make a creative player, dude, that's gonna be the baddest nigga on the goddamn game. Because this is the nigga that you wanna hoop like. But then when you get on that court, nigga, you getting rigged. You know what I'm saying? You can't hoop for shit.
Till you build that kid.
You feel me? And you know, that may get into the psychological, you know, get into the psyche of a young person or with a fragile mind that can't adapt between the two. You know what I mean?
So is it, I think it's beneficial to have information at the palm of your hand. It's not perfect. Right there, push the button. There's whatever you want to know. There's nothing, you can't say you don't know anymore. If I ask you a question, you got a device, you can't say I don't know. I'm like, give me 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Give me 5 minutes.
Let me show you, man.
Nah, real
But how
talk.
harmful is that?
Nah, real talk though.
But now you know something you don't really know. Now you got half the information, you come to me like you know something.
Nah, real talk. I love that point right there, man. That's a strong ass point.
Good ass motherfucker.
Listen, man, yeah, go ahead.
You on to something now, tell me. You on to something.
Now my car stopped down the road.
Yeah.
Cause you got extra parts, that's pieces.
Yeah, man, like you was hitting with that, like with the aspect of just being able to just have all that information and at the palm of your hands and just having a debate with a person. Like the debates is just, I remember back in the day, shit, me and you have a debate, it was like boom, 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 you get your points off, and then shit, either we have to figure it out or it'll just dissolve because now we don't give a fuck about that no more. You know what I'm saying? You know? Now it's like you said, I got information at the palm of my hands, but shit, information is based on the source. So we got all these different sources, you know what I mean? So I click on a source and I say, boom, nigga, this is the answer to nigga, this is, and I get something that ain't even truthful, and I'm just to settle an argument with you, you know what I mean? I'm spreading false information and fake news, you know what I mean? Just because I feel like I let the Siri tell me, you know what I'm saying? And that's harmful, like, you know, it just gets harmful. Like I said, like if you don't find a proper balance, it leans automatically more to the cons. Because we here as human beings trying to figure life out, and we live in organisms, which means we got to go out and discover shit as we have to hunt, you know, and not in the aspect of the primitive form or whatever. We got ways of where it's less primitive. But my point of that, you know, as far from primitive as you get, the more away from human and survival you get. You know what I'm saying? You know, and living and thinking for yourself. You don't want to think for yourself because you got the access for Siri to think for you. That's what people, you know, don't think about as much, you know what I mean, or don't appreciate as much. That's aspect of the gift and the curse of social media, you know, just the balance. You got, like, man, we find that balance. I think social media is a great thing. If we find a balance in it between living and, you know, how we spend our time, you know, on social media, you know what I mean? And so it's like, you know, promote online, but still find a way to engage with people on a personal level.
Engage with life, live.
Exactly, man. So just live life, man, and it's like, you know, from that perspective, I'll kick it to you guys, man, and, you know, we can kind of kick things off with the final thoughts on just this perspective and just general, just, you know, what we got going on here, you know, talk to the people, man, let's get it.
I don't got much going on social media, but in the background, I'm working on a few projects. I'm an artist by nature. I try to keep some off of social media so my stuff can't get copied. But the main thing is don't let social media make you antisocial. Get out, live, get offline.
Yeah,
After you watch
time,
this.
Yeah, take that time to.
After you watch this.
You have to take that time to rest your mind where you ain't in people's thoughts all day. Especially when it comes to social media, you scrolling in people's thoughts all day. You know, it's like once you in people's heads that day, everything becomes more perception based to where you tap out of reality and you more on perception on how people perceive you. You know what I mean?
Where you coming from? It just needs to be better monitored. You know, if you have a website, you should have people on that website monitoring for negative influences. You know, like the Momo, that should have been found within 2 days of being online and taken down. Understand you got the right to spread your own content, but certain content should be monitored and taken out.
That's the thing, man. It's like when you're talking about children, yeah, that's possible. You know, we know with adults, that's the thing. You know, with the internet and it's nowhere to monetize what's put on the internet. You know what I'm saying? What you got to offer, man, to this man and your endeavors and just your final thoughts on the subject, man.
I'm
talking to him, Ted.
My final thought, man, look, man, don't let that social media shit overconquer your life. And how you live, man, just be you. I mean, don't be something that you ain't. Don't get on there and put out a perception that you don't live, or you don't act like. Other than that, man, like I just said, man, you know, earlier you can follow me, New 100, Instagram, Ted Poohgotti, Facebook. You know, keep 100, man.
I'm gonna say this, man. You can see the world through your own eyes, or you can see it through somebody else's.
Okay.
But your own is a whole lot clearer of a vision than somebody else's. Smurf Z is who I be. Like, share, and follow me.
Man, let's get it. So, man, y'all live y'all lives out there, man. Y'all be safe, man. Y'all find balance within yourselves, man. So
Balance.
Y'all better go outside.
It's to go outside, man, because they on social media. So y'all have some balance out there, man. And you know, we here to express ourselves with perfection, like always. Until the next episode, man, we're gonna get in tune with what we get into next time. And we out.
Deuces. What's going on here, man? Hey, Buddy Face is all fucked up, man. Look at Buddy Face right here, man. Hey, it is all fucked up, man. I bet her hula hoop wind smell like hot trash, man. Better yeah, I bet that hula hoop wind smell like dumpster juice. Better yeah, I bet that hula hoop wind smell like 4 fat bitches crammed up in a motherfucking me two-door prelude on a 100 degrees weather, sweating, smelling like hot ass, man. Say, Buddy Face is really disappointed, man. I'm talking about, say, man, that hoe must have stunk like a motherfucker. You funky bitch, you. Read the caption. When a hula hoop wind stink, man, I bet that, oh, man, I bet that bitch hula hoop wind smell like old kitty litter from 1952. Man, hey, man, that's all I got for y'all boys, man. For the motherfucking hula hoop wind stink, man. Shit. Gotta be a funky bitch, man.
Niggas just letting the people ride. I'm really trying to find it. Them feet just go
My
ride.
nigga shoot a video and everything. I think it's time for me to do a video, guys.
I'm in this bitch sharper than what the bar was cut with. Hey, they can't fuck with me, I'm so nuts with it. Hey, I'm in this bitch, I got them screaming, they loving it. Yo, Yo, you know they can't fuck with me. From Chelsea to Mimi, showing GTs, they loving the king. I'm in this bitch, they loving my thing, doing my thing in this bitch. I got 4 rings like I'm LeBron James, nigga. I'm in.
In our joint production. In our real production. In our joint production.